Hello again and welcome back to this fantastic Friday. Looks like the sun's starting to peek through and we might actually find our way out of this rain. That's awesome. Make for a great afternoon. Let's take 10 seconds and look at your jobs. There is a video up for this one. I know on Fridays I normally just do one video and then you guys have time to play your game, but the work today was different enough and it's the only day that it really shows up, at least for the next couple of weeks in your syllabus, so I wanted to take a second and really look at that. So check the videos out for division. There is your story problem for the day, which I will read momentarily. You need to go back and practice all of these multiplication facts: zeros, ones, tens, fives, twos, and fours. If you've been doing your job, you should be all sorts of good on those. Make sure you go back and practice, especially on these fours, because it was the first one that was a newer skill. We would have picked that one up in 3rd grade. And then make sure you play that place value concentration game today. That was your actual job, so make sure you put a few minutes in on that. But just for good measure, let's look at your story problem really fast. It says the area of a vegetable garden is 200 feet squared. Remember, this is a sign for something. Think about that while I read the rest of your question. The width is 10 feet. What is the length of the vegetable garden? So I have the area of a vegetable garden is 200 feet squared. The width is 10 feet, so what is the length of the vegetable garden? Okay, and I know it kind of said it in your problem right here, but the second you see feet squared, your brain should be saying that's going to be an area problem, because that's how I get that label, which equals the length times the width. So you got that. So let's think question for a second. What is the length of the vegetable garden? What is your label going to be in that sentence form? What do you think? If you're thinking feet squared because I have this here, you are incorrect, because feet squared would have been this label. Whoops, feet squared. And I know my width is in feet. So how would I get a length with a foot squared? Length would also have to be in feet. So your answer is actually going to be some amount of feet. Make sure that that's the label you're using. Okay? After that, if you go back and look at this, I'm missing this piece of the puzzle. So when I'm thinking about a bar graph, I have a total and I have one part. I'm missing another part. So your question mark isn't going to go at the end like it's been doing for a long time. Your question mark is going to go somewhere inside the picture, because I know the rest of it. So let's see, we're dealing with the veggie garden length. That's in feet. So we know that we're dealing with a total of 200 feet squared. That was this piece. And I know my width is 10, meaning I know there will be, when this is all said and done, oops, 3, should have been down there. There will be 10 boxes. That's this width is 10 feet. I know it's going to come through 10 times. The question is, what is the length? That's going to be right there. The question is what is one box? I have 10 feet. How many times to make my 200? Okay, so go back through, work that out. Make sure you try that. It should be a pretty fast one because we're dividing by tens, and we had a video about that yesterday. Shouldn't take you too long. Have a great day.